My hand freezes on the cold brass doorknob. The sound comes again. A moan, low, breathless. A woman's voice drifting up from the guest room downstairs. My wedding dress hangs on the bathroom door behind me. 6 hours. I've been Mrs. Vincent Shaw for exactly 6 hours, and I'm standing in this dark hallway at midnight, barefoot, listening to sounds that make my stomach twist into knots. I turn the knob. It doesn't creak. The door swings open smooth and silent, like the house itself wants me to see what's inside. Moonlight cuts through the window, sharp and white, painting everything in silver. The bed. The tangled sheets. Two bodies moving together. My husband's back. Her dark hair spread across the pillow. My cousin Nadine. Time stops. My brain can't process what my eyes are seeing. This has to be wrong. This has to be someone else. But then Vincent turns his head slightly, and I see his face. That face I kissed at the altar this afternoon. That face that promised me forever, just hours ago. Nadine sees me first. Her eyes go wide. She screams. Vincent jerks away from her, scrambling, grabbing at the sheets. His mouth opens. No words come out. Just this strangled sound, like a dying animal. I stand there, 10 feet from the bed, a universe away from the girl I was this morning. My heart pounds so hard, I can hear it in my ears, drowning out everything else. The white nightgown I'm wearing suddenly feels like a joke. I spent a week's wages on this thing, for this. For him to look at me like I'm an intruder in my own marriage. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. Ruth? Vincent finally finds his voice. Ruth, I can explain, but I don't want explanations. I don't want to hear his voice ever again. I turn around. My feet move on their own, carrying me out of that room, away from the wreckage of every dream I ever had. The hallway stretches forever. Each step feels like I'm walking through water. I go back upstairs to our room, our honeymoon suite. The champagne Mrs. Patterson left sits unopened on the nightstand. The strawberries are still arranged on the little plate, perfect and untouched. I grab my small suitcase from the closet and start throwing things inside. My hands shake so bad I can barely grip the clothes. Vincent bursts through the door. He's pulled on his pants, but nothing else. His chest heaves. Sweat gleams on his skin. The same skin that was pressed against my cousin 5 minutes ago. Let me explain. He reaches for me. I step back. Don't touch me. It's not what you think. A laugh bubbles up from somewhere deep in my chest. It comes out broken and sharp. It's not what I think. I saw you. I saw both of you. It just happened. We didn't mean for it to happen. When? The word cuts through the air between us. When did it just happen? Today? Yesterday? Last week? Last month? He can't look at me. His eyes drop to the floor. That's when I know. This wasn't one mistake. This wasn't one weak moment. This has been going on. How long has she been sleeping with you, Vincent? Silence. The worst kind of silence. The kind that confirms everything. Answer me. 3 months. His voice barely rises above a whisper. It started 3 months ago. 3 months. Nadine moved into my apartment 6 months ago, which means she was in my home, eating my food, sleeping on my couch, crying on my shoulder about her broken heart while she was destroying mine. The math makes me dizzy. 3 months of lies. 3 months of looking me in the eye and pretending. 3 months of planning a wedding to a man who was already gone. Why did you marry me? My voice sounds strange, hollow, like it's coming from someone else. I thought I could stop. I thought if we got married, I could make it work with you. Make it work. I repeat the words slowly. You thought you could make it work. With me, your wife. While you were screwing my cousin. He flinches. Good. I want him to flinch. I want him to feel a fraction of what's tearing through my chest right now. I do care about you, Ruth. I always have. Get out. We need to talk about this. Get out of this room. Now. He opens his mouth like he's going to argue, but something in my face must stop him. He backs toward the door. Where are you going? That's not your concern anymore. I zip up my suitcase. The sound is too loud in the quiet room. Vincent hovers in the doorway, looking lost and pathetic. Part of me wants to scream at him. Part of me wants to break everything in this room. But mostly, I just want to disappear. I push past him into the hallway. He doesn't try to stop me. Nadine is standing at the bottom of the stairs now, wrapped in a bedsheet, her makeup smeared, her hair a mess. She's crying. Ruth, please. I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I don't stop walking. I don't even look at her. She's not worth my words. She's not worth my tears. Not yet. Maybe never. The front door of the bed and breakfast opens without a sound. Mrs. Patterson must be asleep upstairs. She has no idea what just happened in her beautiful house, with the roses and the ivy, and the romantic honeymoon suite. She has no idea that a marriage died here tonight, before it even had a chance to live. The night air hits my face, cold and sharp. I'm still wearing my nightgown and robe. My feet are bare. I'm carrying a suitcase down a dark country road at midnight on my wedding night, and I have no idea where I'm going. But anywhere is better than that room. Anywhere is better than that bed. Anywhere is better than the sound of my husband calling another woman's name. The gravel cuts into my feet. Each step sends little shocks of pain up my legs, but I don't stop. Pain is good. Pain means I'm still here, still breathing, still moving forward even when forward feels impossible. Headlights appear behind me. A truck slows down. For a second, fear spikes through me. But then the window rolls down, and I see an older man with kind eyes and gray hair. Ma'am, you okay? I must look insane. Wedding ring on my finger, nightgown, suitcase, crying so hard I can barely see. I need to get to town. Can you help me? He doesn't ask questions. He just nods and opens the passenger door. I climb in. The seat is warm. The radio plays low. Some old country song about heartbreak and leaving. How fitting. Where to? I give him my mama's address. He puts the truck in gear and drives. We don't talk. He doesn't need to know my story. He can probably guess enough from looking at me. 20 minutes later, we pull up in front of Mama's little house. The porch light is off. Everyone's asleep. It's 2 in the morning. Normal people are in bed with their spouses, warm and safe and loved. Normal people aren't running away from their own honeymoon. Thank you, I whisper. You take care now. His voice is gentle. Whatever happened tonight, you're gonna be okay. You're stronger than you know. I want to believe him. I climb out of the truck with my suitcase and watch him drive away. Then I turn to face Mama's front door. This is the walk of shame I never imagined. Coming home on my wedding night, broken, betrayed, destroyed. But I'm still standing, and that has to count for something. Mama opens the door before I can knock. She's in her nightgown, hair wrapped, eyes alert despite the hour. She takes one look at my face and pulls me inside without a word. The house smells like it always does, like her lavender soap and the lemon oil she uses on the furniture and home. Safe smells. Childhood smells. Sit down, baby. She guides me to the kitchen table. Puts the kettle on. Doesn't ask me anything, just waits. I can't speak yet. The words are stuck somewhere between my chest and my throat, choking me. So I sit there shaking while Mama makes tea I won't drink and keeps glancing at me with eyes full of worry. Finally, the dam breaks. He was with Nadine. Mama's hand freezes on the teapot. What? Tonight, at the bed and breakfast. I heard sounds coming from the guest room. I went downstairs and found them together. Vincent and Nadine. On our wedding night. The teapot clatters against the counter. Mama grabs the edge of the sink. Lord have mercy! It's been going on for 3 months. 3 months, Mama. While I was planning the wedding. While I was working double shifts to pay for everything. While Nadine was living in my apartment, crying about her problems, letting me take care of her. That girl! Mama's voice shakes with rage. That ungrateful, sneaky little girl, after everything you did for her. The tea sits forgotten. Mama comes around the table and wraps her arms around me. That's when I completely fall apart. All the shock and numbness from the last 2 hours dissolves, and I sob into my mama's shoulder like I'm 5 years old again. She holds me tight and rocks me and doesn't say anything, because there's nothing to say that can fix this. I met Vincent 2 years ago. I was 22, working at Shirley's Diner on Main Street. He came in one afternoon with grease under his nails and a smile that made my stomach flip. His daddy owned Shaw's Auto Repair, and Vincent worked there fixing cars and charming customers. He ordered coffee and pie and left a $5 tip on a $3 bill. He came back the next day, and the day after that, always sitting in my section, always leaving big tips, always finding reasons to talk to me. After a week, he asked me out. I said yes, without thinking twice. Our first date was simple. Dinner at the Italian place by the highway. A movie I can't even remember now, because I spent the whole time aware of his hand holding mine in the dark theater. He drove me home and kissed me on Mama's porch, gentle and sweet, like I was something precious. I fell fast. Maybe too fast. But Vincent seemed perfect. He had a steady job. He was close with his family. He talked about the future like I was part of it. He showed up when he said he would. He remembered little things I mentioned. He made me feel seen. 6 months in, he started talking about marriage. Not seriously at first, just little comments. When we get married, instead of if. Our kids, instead of someday maybe. I liked it. I liked feeling chosen, wanted, loved. The proposal came on my 23rd birthday. Nothing fancy. We were sitting by the lake, watching the sunset, and he pulled out a ring, small diamond, thin gold band. But it was mine, and it meant he wanted me forever. I cried and said yes, and he spun me around until we were both dizzy and laughing. We set the date for a year later. I wanted time to save money, time to plan, time to make sure everything was perfect. Vincent agreed to everything. Whatever I wanted, he said. Whatever made me happy. I worked myself half to death that year. Morning shifts at the diner, evening shifts when they needed extra help, weekends, holidays. Every dollar went into my wedding fund. I had dreams of the perfect day, white dress, flowers, music, a celebration of our love that everyone would remember. Vincent seemed happy with the plans. He showed up to the cake tasting, helped me pick out invitations, told me I was beautiful every time I talked about wedding dresses. I thought we were solid. I thought we were building something real. But now I wonder, was he already pulling away even then? Were there signs I missed because I was too busy being in love to notice? Did he hesitate when we set the date? Did his smile slip when I talked about our future? Looking back, maybe there were cracks, little things, times he canceled last minute, nights he said he was working late at the shop, phone calls he took outside where I couldn't hear. But I trusted him. I believed him. I never thought to question. And then Nadine called 6 months before the wedding. 2 in the morning, sobbing. Her boyfriend had kicked her out. She'd lost her job. She had nowhere to go. She was my mama's sister's daughter, which made us family. And family helps family. That's what Mama taught me. That's what I believed. So I said yes. Come stay with me. We'll figure it out together. She arrived with 2 garbage bags full of clothes and a sad story about how her ex had cheated on her, how men couldn't be trusted, how she'd given him everything and he'd thrown her away like trash. I felt sorry for her. I wanted to help. I gave her my couch, fed her, got her a job at the diner, listened to her cry night after night about her broken heart. Never once did I suspect she was planning to break mine. She was sweet to my face, grateful, helpful. She volunteered to assist with wedding planning, addressed invitations, helped me pick out centerpieces, came to dress fittings, and told me I looked beautiful. She smiled and hugged me and called me her favorite cousin. And the whole time, she was sleeping with Vincent. How does someone do that? How does someone sit across from you at breakfast, use your shampoo in your shower, wear the clothes you gave them, and then go behind your back with the man you love? What kind of person can smile in your face while destroying your life? Mama's voice breaks through my thoughts. You're not going back to that apartment. I have to eventually. My stuff is there. We'll get your stuff later. Right now, you stay here. You hear me? I nod. I'm too tired to argue, too broken to make decisions. Mama's house feels like the only safe place left in the world. What are you gonna do? She asked quietly. I don't know. File for an annulment, I guess. End this before it even starts. Good. That man doesn't deserve to be called your husband. We sit in silence. The tea has gone cold. Outside, the sky is starting to lighten. Dawn is coming. A new day. My first full day as a married woman who isn't really married at all. My first day of knowing that the man I loved never really loved me back. Mama? My voice cracks. Why wasn't I enough? She grabs my face in both hands. Don't you dare! Don't you dare make this about you not being enough. This is about him being a liar and a cheat. This is about Nadine being a snake. This has nothing to do with your worth. But it's hard to believe that. Hard not to wonder what I could have done differently. Been prettier, been funnier, been more interesting, been something other than what I am. Get some sleep, baby, Mama says. Tomorrow we deal with the mess. Tonight, you just rest. She leads me to my old bedroom, the one I grew up in. Same pink curtains, same quilt on the bed, same stuffed bear on the shelf. It smells like my childhood, like summers and safety and a time before heartbreak. I crawl into bed still wearing my wedding ring, and somewhere between the tears and the exhaustion, I finally fall asleep. Morning comes with voices downstairs. Loud voices. Angry voices. I pull myself out of bed and creep to the top of the stairs. Mama is at the front door, blocking it with her body. You've got some nerve showing up here. Her voice could cut glass. I need to talk to Ruth. Vincent's voice. He sounds tired, desperate. Please, Mrs. Calloway, just 5 minutes. You've said enough. You've done enough. Now get off my porch before I call the police. I love her. I made a mistake, but I love her. A bitter laugh escapes my throat. Both of them look up. Vincent's eyes find mine. He looks terrible. Hair a mess. Same clothes from last night. Red eyes like maybe he's been crying too. Good. I hope he suffers. Ruth, please, let me explain. I come down the stairs slowly. Mama tries to stop me, but I shake my head. I need to face this. Need to face him. Explain what, Vincent? Explain how you accidentally ended up in bed with my cousin on our wedding night? Explain how it accidentally happened for 3 months while I planned our wedding? I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. So you married me anyway? You stood in that church and promised to love me forever when you were already with someone else? He steps forward. Mama moves to block him, but I wave her back. I'm not afraid of Vincent. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Fear requires hope, and I have none left. I thought I could make it work, he says. I thought if we got married, the feelings for Nadine would go away. The feelings? I taste the words like poison. You have feelings for her? I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you. But you did hurt me. You destroyed me. On what was supposed to be the happiest night of my life. You were with her. In the same building where I was sleeping. Where I was waiting for you. Where I was your wife. I know, and I hate myself for it. Good. You should hate yourself, because I hate you too. The words hang in the air. Vincent's face crumbles. Part of me feels satisfaction watching him hurt. But mostly, I just feel empty. A car pulls up. Nadine gets out. She's wearing sunglasses even though it's barely 8 in the morning. Trying to hide her face. Trying to hide her shame. Too late for that. Ruth! She walks toward the porch. Ruth, please, we need to talk. We have nothing to talk about. I'm so sorry. You have to believe me. I never wanted this to happen. But it did happen. You made it happen. Every single day for 3 months, you made the choice to betray me. I didn't mean to fall for him. It just happened. There's that phrase again. It just happened. Like they're victims of some unavoidable fate. Like they had no control over their own actions. Like they didn't choose this every single time they touched each other while lying to my face. Get off my mama's property, I say quietly. Both of you. Ruth, please. Get out! The scream rips from my throat. Get out and don't ever speak to me again. Nadine starts crying. Vincent reaches for her, comforting her, protecting her. His arm goes around her shoulders, and that's when I see it. The way they fit together. The way he holds her like she's something precious. The way he never held me. They love each other. This isn't just an affair. This isn't just sex or a mistake or confusion. They're in love. And I'm the fool who got in the way. Mama slams the door in their faces. Through the window, I watch them walk back to the car. Watch Vincent open the door for Nadine. Watch them drive away together. My husband and my cousin, starting their life while mine falls apart. They deserve each other, Mama spits. Both of them liars and cheats. By noon, the whole town knows. In a place this small, secrets don't last long. My phone rings nonstop. Friends calling to check on me. Relatives calling to gossip. Vincent's mama calling to apologize and beg me to give her son another chance. I turn off my phone. I can't handle their pity, or their curiosity, or their advice. I can't handle anything except breathing and trying not to break apart completely. Clara shows up at 3, my best friend since elementary school. She doesn't knock. Just walks in, holding a bag from the bakery and a determination in her eyes. I brought chocolate cake and rage, she announces. We're gonna eat and plot revenge and talk trash about them until you feel better. I'm never gonna feel better. Maybe not today, but someday. I promise you, someday. We eat cake straight from the box with 2 forks. Clara tells me every terrible thing she's always thought about Vincent, but never said because she didn't want to hurt me. How he was too into himself. How he flirted with the waitresses at the diner. How she never trusted his smile. Why didn't you tell me? I ask. Would you have listened? Probably not. Love makes you deaf to warnings, makes you blind to red flags, makes you believe what you want to believe instead of seeing what's really there. What are you gonna do? Clara asks. File for an annulment, pack up my apartment, leave this town, start over somewhere nobody knows me or knows what happened. You're leaving? I can't stay here. Everyone will always know me as the girl whose husband cheated on her wedding night. I can't live with that shadow forever. Clara nods slowly. I get it, but I'll miss you. I'll miss you too. We finish the cake in silence. Outside, the sun is shining. Birds are singing. The world keeps turning like nothing happened. Like my life didn't implode last night. Like everything is normal and fine and good. But nothing is normal, nothing is fine, nothing is good. And I don't know if anything ever will be again. My phone buzzes with a text. I check it against my better judgment. It's from Nadine. I'm pregnant. 3 words. 3 words that change everything. 3 words that make this nightmare infinitely worse. She's pregnant with Vincent's baby, and somehow that hurts more than all the rest of it combined. The church is packed. White roses everywhere. The same flowers I picked out months ago when I thought I was planning the happiest day of my life. I stand in the back room, wearing Mama's lace veil, and my hands won't stop shaking. Clara adjusts my dress. You look beautiful. But I don't feel beautiful. I feel like I'm walking towards something wrong, some invisible force pulling me forward, even though every instinct screams to run. I push the feeling down, bury it deep. This is just nerves. Every bride gets nervous. The music starts. Mama kisses my cheek. I'm so proud of you, baby. The doors open. Everyone stands. I see Vincent at the altar. He's smiling. But something's off about it. Something stiff and forced, like he's playing a role in a movie he doesn't want to be in. I walk down the aisle. Each step feels heavier than the last. I pass rows of smiling faces, friends, family, Vincent's parents, and there in the 3rd row, Nadine. She's wearing the blue dress I helped her pick out. Her makeup is perfect. Her smile is bright. She waves at me. I smile back. I have no idea I'm waving at the woman who's been destroying my life for months. The ceremony starts. The pastor talks about love and commitment and forever. Vincent repeats his vows. His voice barely rises above a whisper. I say mine louder, clearer, like I'm trying to convince myself this is real. This is right. This is what I want. We exchange rings. His hand is sweaty. He slides the band onto my finger. And something flickers across his face. Guilt? Regret? I can't tell. I choose to see love instead. You may kiss the bride. Vincent's lips touch mine. Brief. Distant. Nothing like the passionate kisses we used to share. But everyone cheers, and I tell myself it's okay. He's just nervous. We're both nervous. This is normal. The reception is at the community hall. Tables covered in white cloth. Centerpieces I spent hours making. A three-tier cake that cost more than I wanted to spend. Everything is perfect on the outside. But underneath, something's rotting. I just can't see it yet. We do our first dance. Vincent holds me, but his body is tense. His eyes keep darting around the room, looking for someone. I follow his gaze and catch him staring at Nadine. She stares back. Something passes between them, something I'm not part of. You okay? I whisper. He jerks his attention back to me. Yeah, just tired, long day. We're almost done, then we can leave. He nods but doesn't smile. The song ends. People clap. We separate. Vincent says he needs to check on something and disappears into the crowd. 10 minutes pass. 15. Clara finds me standing alone by the punch bowl. Where's your husband? I don't know. He said he had to check on something. He's been gone for a while. He's probably just talking to people. You know how it is. But I don't know. Because this is my wedding, and my husband should be by my side, not wandering off without explanation. He comes back 20 minutes later. His collar is crooked. His face is flushed. He smells like perfume. Not mine. Where were you? I try to keep my voice light, casual, not accusatory. Just making some calls about the honeymoon. Had to confirm the reservation. I want to believe him. I choose to believe him, because the alternative is too terrible to consider. The night drags on. Vincent disappears 2 more times. Each time he's gone for 10 or 15 minutes. Each time Nadine is also nowhere to be found. But I don't put it together. My brain refuses to connect the dots. Refuses to see what's happening right under my nose. Finally, it's time to leave. We say goodbye to everyone. Mama hugs me tight. Call me when you get there. I will. Vincent and I walk to the car. Guests throw rice. We smile and wave. The perfect happy couple. The perfect lie. The drive to the bed and breakfast takes 30 minutes. Vincent is quiet. I fill the silence with chatter about the reception, about how beautiful everything was, about how happy I am. He nods but doesn't really respond. We pull up to the charming little place with ivy on the walls and roses in the garden. Mrs. Patterson greets us at the door. She's an elderly woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. Congratulations! Your room is all ready. I left some champagne and strawberries. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you, I say. Vincent says nothing. We go upstairs. The room is perfect. Soft lighting, fresh flowers, a big bed with white sheets. Everything I dreamed of for this moment. I'm gonna change, I tell Vincent. I grab my nightgown from my bag and go into the bathroom. My reflection stares back at me. I still have my makeup on. My hair is still pinned up with flowers. I look like a bride. I feel like a stranger. I put on the white nightgown. It cost me a week's wages. Delicate lace, silk ribbons. I wanted tonight to be special, wanted to feel beautiful, wanted Vincent to see me and feel lucky. I brush my hair until it shines, put on perfume, take a deep breath. This is it. The beginning of forever. I open the bathroom door. Vincent is sitting on the edge of the bed, fully dressed. He's hunched over, his head in his hands. He looks up when I walk in, and I see something in his eyes that makes my stomach drop. Vincent, what's wrong? I'm exhausted, Ruth. Today was so long. All the people, all the planning, everything. I think I just need to sleep. The words hit me like a punch. Sleep? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this isn't how you imagined it, but I'm so tired I can barely think straight. I stand there in my expensive nightgown, feeling foolish and hurt and confused, but I swallow it down. Force a smile. It's okay. We have tomorrow. We have all the time in the world. Relief floods his face. You don't mind? Of course not. Marriage is about understanding each other, right? He nods. We get into bed. He turns off the light and immediately rolls away from me. Within minutes, his breathing changes. He's asleep. Or pretending to be. I lie there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, trying not to cry. This isn't how tonight was supposed to go. This isn't the fairy tale I imagined. But tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow we'll wake up refreshed and start our honeymoon properly. Tomorrow will be different. Except tomorrow never comes. Because at midnight, everything changes in a way I never could have prepared for. Sleep doesn't come easy. I lie next to Vincent, listening to him breathe, trying to convince myself that everything's fine, that being tired on your wedding night is normal, that I'm overreacting. But something feels wrong, something I can't name. The room is dark, except for thin moonlight seeping through the curtains. The champagne sits untouched on the nightstand. The strawberries are still perfect on their little plate. Everything prepared for romance that never happened. I must doze off eventually, because I wake with a start. Something pulled me out of sleep. A sound, distant but distinct. I hold my breath and listen. There it is again. A moan, low and breathy, coming from somewhere below us. My heart starts pounding. Maybe it's another couple, I tell myself. Maybe Mrs. Patterson rented out the guest room. Maybe it has nothing to do with me. But my body knows before my brain catches up. Some animal instinct takes over. I slip out of bed, careful not to wake Vincent, pull on my robe, open the door without making a sound. The hallway is empty, dark except for a small nightlight near the stairs. I stand there for a moment, listening. The sound comes again, definitely from downstairs. From the guest room Mrs. Patterson mentioned earlier, the one she sometimes uses for late arrivals. My feet move on their own, down the carpeted stairs, each step silent. The house helps me, like it wants me to discover the truth. The sounds get clearer as I get closer. A woman's voice, a man's voice, trying to be quiet but failing. The sounds people make when they're lost in each other, when they think no one can hear. I stand outside the guest room door. My hand hovers over the doorknob. Part of me wants to run back upstairs, climb into bed, pretend I never heard anything, but I can't. Something stronger pulls me forward. The doorknob is cold in my palm. I turn it slowly. The door opens without a creak. Moonlight from the window illuminates everything in silver and shadow. The bed, the tangled sheets, Vincent's bare back. Nadine's dark hair spread across the pillow, her eyes closed, his mouth on her neck. Time fractures. Reality splits into before and after. Before I opened this door, after I saw what can never be unseen. My brain tries to make sense of it, tries to find some other explanation. But there isn't one. This is exactly what it looks like. My husband of 6 hours. My cousin who's been living in my home. Together. In this bed. While I slept upstairs in my wedding nightgown. Nadine's eyes open. She sees me. Her mouth forms a perfect O of shock. She screams. Vincent jerks away from her, spins around. His face goes white. He grabs at the sheets, trying to cover himself, trying to cover her. Like modesty matters now. Like anything matters now. Ruth! My name comes out strangled. Ruth, I can explain. But I don't want explanations. Don't want to hear his voice. Don't want anything except to unsee this moment. To go back to 5 minutes ago when I was still asleep. Still ignorant. Still whole. I stand there frozen, 10 feet from the bed, a lifetime away from the girl who walked down the aisle this afternoon. My wedding ring catches the moonlight, mocks me with its shine. How long do I stand there? Seconds? Minutes? Time has no meaning anymore. Vincent scrambles out of bed, yanking on his pants. Let me explain, please, just let me explain. I find my voice. It comes out calm. Too calm, like I'm in shock. Like my brain has shut down every emotion to protect me from the full weight of this devastation. How long? What? How long have you been sleeping with her? He can't look at me. His eyes drop to the floor. That's answer enough. How long, Vincent? 3 months. The words barely escape his lips. 3 months. The number echoes in my skull. 3 months while I planned our wedding. While I worked double shifts to pay for this day. While Nadine lived in my apartment and cried about her broken heart. 3 months of lies stacked on lies stacked on lies. Nadine is crying now. sheet wrapped around her body. My body. My cousin's body that was just tangled with my husband's body. Ruth, I'm so sorry, she sobs. I never meant for this to happen. I never wanted to hurt you. A laugh bubbles up from somewhere deep. It sounds wrong, broken, not like my laugh at all. You never wanted to hurt me? You've been sleeping with my fiancé for 3 months. You came to my wedding, you smiled in my face, you hugged me, and all the while you were planning this, planning to be with him tonight, on my wedding night. It wasn't planned, I swear. Vincent just texted me, said he couldn't stop thinking about me, asked me to come. I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have. But I love him. She loves him. My cousin loves my husband. And apparently, he loves her too. Because why else would he text her? Why else would he be here with her instead of upstairs with me? I turn around, walk out of that room, my bare feet silent on the hardwood floor. Ruth, wait! Vincent's voice behind me. Where are you going? I don't answer, just climb the stairs back to our room, pack my small suitcase, grab my purse, my phone, my dignity, or what's left of it. Vincent appears in the doorway, shirt on now but unbuttoned, hair a mess, face desperate. Don't leave, please. We need to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. I made a mistake, a terrible mistake, but I do love you. I want to make this work. I zip up my suitcase. The sound is loud in the quiet room. You want to make this work? You were just inside my cousin, on our wedding night, in the same building where I was sleeping, where I was your wife. I know how it looks. How it looks? This isn't about how it looks. This is about what it is. You don't love me. Maybe you never did. And I'm done pretending. I push past him into the hallway. Down the stairs. Nadine is standing at the bottom now, dressed in one of my shirts. The blue one I lent her last week because she said she didn't have anything nice to wear. Even now, she's wearing my clothes. Ruth, please, she reaches for me. You're my family. I love you. Can't we talk about this? I look at her. Really look at her. This person I welcomed into my home. Fed, clothed, comforted. This person who repaid my kindness by destroying my life. Don't ever speak to me again. Don't call. Don't text. Don't show up anywhere I am. You're dead to me. Both of you. I walk past her without looking back and straight out the front door of that bed and breakfast where my marriage died before it ever had a chance to live. The truck driver doesn't ask questions. His eyes are kind in the rearview mirror as I cry in the passenger seat. Still wearing my nightgown and robe, clutching my suitcase like it's the only solid thing left in the world. The radio plays low. Some song about broken hearts and starting over. The universe has a sick sense of humor. You gonna be okay, miss? His voice is gentle, grandfatherly. I can't answer, can't form words. Just nod, even though we both know it's a lie. He pulls up in front of Mama's house 20 minutes later. The porch light is off. Everyone's asleep. It's 2 in the morning. Normal married people are in bed together right now. Warm, safe, loved. I'm standing on a dark street in my wedding nightgown, with my whole life in pieces. Thank you, I manage to whisper. Whatever happened tonight, you remember this. You're stronger than you think, and you're gonna be just fine. I want to believe him, need to believe him. But right now, all I feel is shattered. He drives away. I turn to face Mama's door. This is the walk of shame I never imagined. Coming home hours after my wedding, broken, betrayed, destroyed. I don't even knock. The door swings open before my hand touches it. Mama stands there in her nightgown, hair wrapped, eyes wide with worry. She takes one look at my face and knows. She knows everything without me saying a word. Baby. She pulls me inside, wraps her arms around me, holds me while I break apart completely. I can't speak yet, can't explain. The words are stuck somewhere between my chest and my throat, choking me. So I just stand there shaking while Mama guides me to the kitchen table and puts the kettle on. Tell me what happened. Her voice is steady, strong. The voice that got me through skinned knees and bad grades and my first heartbreak in high school. But this isn't a skinned knee. This is amputation. Vincent! His name tastes like poison. I found him with Nadine. Tonight. At the bed and breakfast. In the guest room. The teapot slips from Mama's hand. Crashes against the counter, but doesn't break. She grips the edge of the sink, knuckles going white. That girl. The words come out low and dangerous. That sneaky, ungrateful girl. After everything you did for her. It's been going on for 3 months. The number still doesn't feel real. 3 months, Mama, while I planned the wedding. While she lived in my apartment. While I worked myself half to death to pay for a ceremony to marry a man who was already gone. Mama comes around the table, pulls me into her arms. That's when the dam breaks completely. I sob into her shoulder like I'm 5 years old again. She rocks me. Doesn't say anything because there's nothing to say. No words can fix this kind of broken. We sit like that until the sky starts turning gray outside the window. Until my tears run dry and I'm just hollow. Empty. A shell of the girl who put on a wedding dress yesterday morning. You're filing for an annulment. It's not a question. Mama's voice is steel. First thing Monday morning? Yes. And you're not going back to that apartment. Not alone. We'll get your things together. You're staying here until you figure out what's next. I nod. Too tired to argue. Too broken to make decisions. The sun comes up. Light filters through the kitchen curtains. A new day. My first day as a married woman who isn't really married at all. My first day knowing that the man I loved never loved me back the way I thought he did. Mama makes eggs I can't eat, toast I can't swallow, coffee that sits untouched while I stare at nothing. My phone starts buzzing around 7, text after text, call after call. The news is spreading. In a town this small, secrets travel faster than light. I turn the phone off. Can't handle the pity, the curiosity, the invasive questions disguised as concern. Vincent shows up at 9. I hear his voice through the door. Mama blocking him with her whole body. You've got nerve coming here. Her words could cut glass. I need to talk to her. Please, Mrs. Calloway, 5 minutes. You've said enough, done enough. Now get off my porch. I love her. I made a mistake, but I love her. That's when I appear at the top of the stairs. Both of them look up. Vincent's eyes find mine. He looks terrible. Same clothes from last night, hair a mess, eyes red like maybe he cried too. I hope he did. I hope he suffers. Let him in, Mama. Ruth, baby, you don't have to. Let him in. I want to hear this. Mama steps aside reluctantly. Vincent climbs the stairs. We go to my old bedroom, close the door, stand facing each other across an ocean of hurt. I'm sorry. His voice cracks. I'm so sorry, Ruth. I never meant for you to find out like that. You never meant for me to find out at all. That's not what I... When were you planning to tell me? After the honeymoon? After a year? After I got pregnant with your child, while you were still sleeping with my cousin? He flinches. I thought I could stop. Thought if we got married, the feelings for Nadine would go away. The feelings. The words taste bitter. You have feelings for her? Yes. At least he's honest now. I didn't plan it. It just happened. Nothing just happens, Vincent. You made choices. Every single day for 3 months, you chose her. You chose to lie to me. You chose to let me plan a wedding to a man who was already with someone else. You chose to marry me knowing you loved her. I do care about you. Care, not love. Care. Silence. He can't even lie anymore. Why did you marry me? My voice breaks. If you loved her, why go through with it? Everyone expected it. My parents, your mama, the whole town. We'd been together so long, I thought I owed it to you. You thought you owed it to me. I laugh. It sounds wrong, broken. You married me out of obligation while you were in love with my cousin. That's supposed to make me feel better? No, nothing makes this better. I know that. A car pulls up outside. Through the window, I see Nadine getting out. She's wearing sunglasses, trying to hide. Too late. She's here. My voice is flat. Dead. We go downstairs. Mama's already at the door, blocking it again. Nadine stands on the porch, looking small and scared and pathetic. Ruth! She takes off the sunglasses. Her eyes are red and swollen. Ruth, please, we need to talk. No, we don't. I'm so sorry, you have to believe me. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did hurt me. Every single day. Every time you smiled at me. Every time you hugged me. Every time you helped with the wedding. You hurt me. I didn't mean to fall for him. It just, don't say it just happened. Nothing just happens. You made a choice. Every single time you touched him, you chose to betray me. She starts crying harder. Vincent moves toward her instinctively, his hand on her shoulder, comforting her, the way he should be comforting me. That's when I see it clear as day. The way they fit together, the way he looks at her, the way she leans into him. They're in love. Real love. The kind I thought I had with him, but never did. Get out. My voice is calm now. Too calm. Both of you, get out and don't come back. Ruth! I said get out! They leave. Vincent helps Nadine to the car like she's the victim here. Like she's the one who got hurt. I watch them drive away together, my husband and my cousin, starting their life while mine falls to pieces. Mama slams the door, pulls me away from the window. They deserve each other, both of them liars. But that doesn't make it hurt less. The lawyer's office smells like old coffee and broken promises. I sit across from Mr. Harrison, a man in his 60s with gray hair and tired eyes, who's probably seen 1,000 stories like mine. He slides papers across the desk. Annulment is straightforward in cases like this. His voice is professional, detached. Fraud, misrepresentation. The marriage can be dissolved as if it never happened. As if it never happened. Like I can just erase yesterday. Erase the vows and the dress and the moment I believed in forever. How long does it take? Few weeks? Maybe a month. You'll need to file. He'll need to agree or contest. He won't contest. I know Vincent. He'll be relieved. Free to be with Nadine without the inconvenience of a wife. Mr. Harrison slides more papers toward me. Sign here and here. Initial there. My hand shakes as I write my name. Ruth Calloway, not Ruth Shaw. Never really Ruth Shaw at all. What about the wedding costs? Can I get any of that back? He shakes his head. Not really. Unless you want to file a civil suit, but that gets messy, expensive, usually not worth it. So I'm out thousands of dollars. 2 years of savings, every extra shift, every skipped meal, all of it gone. Paid for a wedding to a man who never really wanted to marry me. I sign the last paper. Mr. Harrison files everything away. You'll get copies in the mail. I'm sorry this happened to you, Mrs. Calloway. Mrs. Calloway, not Mrs. Shaw. Never Mrs. Shaw. I should be relieved. Instead, I just feel empty. Clara is waiting outside. She hugs me without saying anything. We drive to my apartment in silence. The place I shared with Nadine for 6 months. The place where she slept on my couch and wore my clothes and planned her affair with my fiancé. You don't have to do this today, Clara says. Yes, I do. I can't leave my stuff here any longer. We climb the stairs to the second floor. I unlock the door. The apartment looks the same, but feels different. Contaminated. Every surface a reminder of what happened here. Nadine's things are still scattered around. Her jacket on the chair, her shoes by the door, her makeup on the bathroom counter. I grab a trash bag and start throwing everything in. Every piece of her, every reminder. Clara helps without comment. We work in silence, clearing out the infection. I pack my own things methodically. Clothes, books, photos I'll probably burn later. My life reduced to boxes and bags. By noon, the apartment is stripped. Nothing left but furniture and ghosts. The landlord knocks. I heard what happened. I'm real sorry, Ruth. Of course he heard. Everyone's heard by now. The whole town is buzzing with the story. Poor Ruth. Poor naive Ruth who got cheated on during her wedding night. I need to break the lease. I understand. No penalty. You've been through enough. I hand him the keys. Walk out of that apartment for the last time. Drive away from the place where I thought I was building a life. Mama's house is quiet when we get back. She helps us carry boxes inside. Doesn't ask questions. Just make space in my old room for the remnants of my failed future. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer without thinking. Ruth! Nadine's voice, shaking, scared. Don't call me. Wait, please. I need to tell you something. I don't want to hear, I'm pregnant. The words hit like a physical blow. Pregnant. Nadine is pregnant with Vincent's baby. The baby I should have had someday. The family I should have built. Ruth, are you there? I hang up. Can't breathe. Can't think. Pregnant. She's pregnant. Mama finds me on the floor. Holds me while I rock back and forth. Pregnant. The word echoes in my skull. Pregnant. 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 That's it. Mama's voice is hard. You're leaving this town. You're starting fresh somewhere nobody knows you or knows this story. You're not spending the rest of your life being the girl this happened to. She's right. I can't stay here. Can't walk down Main Street seeing pity in everyone's eyes. Can't risk running into Vincent and Nadine and their growing family. Can't be reminded every single day of what I lost. Where do I go? Anywhere. Pick a place you've always wanted to see and go there. Start over. Be someone new. 2 weeks later, I quit my job at the diner. Pack everything I own into my old car. Hug Mama goodbye on her front porch while she cries and tries to hide it. You call me every day. You hear me? I will. And Ruth? Don't let this make you hard. Don't let it make you scared to love again. The right person is out there. Someone who'll treat you the way you deserve. I can't imagine that right now. Can't imagine ever trusting anyone again. But I nod anyway, because it's what she needs to hear. I drive out of that town with everything I own in my trunk and nothing but space ahead of me. The town gets smaller in my rearview mirror. The church where I got married. The diner where I met Vincent. The apartment where Nadine betrayed me. All of it fading until it's just a dot on the horizon. I don't know where I'm going yet. Just know I'm going. Away from the past. Towards something different. Something that doesn't hurt every time I breathe. The new town is bigger, busier. Nobody knows me here. Nobody whispers when I walk by. Nobody looks at me with pity or judgment. I'm just another face in the crowd, and that's exactly what I need. I find a studio apartment on the third floor of an old building, small but clean. A place to start over. I get a job waitressing at a busy restaurant downtown. The work is hard. The hours are long. But it keeps me from thinking, keeps me from remembering. My coworkers are friendly but not invasive. They don't ask about my past. Don't pry into why a 24-year-old woman moved here alone with no friends and no family. They just accept me as I am now, not who I was before. Clara calls every few days, updates me on the town gossip. I don't want to hear it, but she tells me anyway. Vincent and Nadine got married last week. Small ceremony, just immediate family. Of course they did. Quick and quiet. Probably pregnant Nadine showing by now. Probably everyone counting months on their fingers. His mama's not speaking to him. Says what he did was shameful. Small comfort, but comfort nonetheless. People are talking about how you just disappeared. Some folks think you moved to California. Others think maybe you went to stay with family up north. Let them talk. Let them wonder. I'm not their story anymore. Months pass. The pain dulls from sharp to aching. I still think about Vincent sometimes, about Nadine, about my wedding night and the sound of those moans coming from the guest room. But the thoughts don't destroy me anymore. They just hurt. And hurt is something I'm learning to carry. I meet new people, make new friends, go on a few dates that don't lead anywhere because I can't quite open up, can't quite trust. The wall around my heart is thick and high, and nobody's figured out how to climb it yet. But I'm surviving. That has to count for something. 1 year after my wedding night, I'm working a busy Saturday shift when Clara calls. I almost don't answer. But something makes me step outside during my break and pick up. Ruth, you sitting down? What happened? Vincent's business failed. The auto shop. His daddy had to close it. They're broke. And Nadine's been complaining all over town about how hard life is, how Vincent doesn't make enough money, how she thought marrying him would be different. I should feel satisfaction, vindication, justice, but mostly I just feel nothing. Their problems aren't mine anymore. Their life isn't my concern. Good for them, I say flatly. That's it? That's all you're gonna say? What else is there to say? They made their choices. Now they're living with them, just like I'm living with mine. Clara is quiet for a moment. You sound different. I am different. Good different or bad different? Just different. We talk for a few more minutes. She tells me she misses me. I tell her I miss her too. But I don't miss that town. Don't miss the life I had there. That girl who trusted so easily and loved so completely is gone. Someone else lives in her skin now. Someone harder, wiser, careful. After we hang up, I go back inside. Finish my shift, count my tips, walk home through streets that are starting to feel familiar. My apartment is dark when I get there. Empty. But it's mine, my space, my fresh start. I stand at the window, looking out at the city lights. Somewhere out there, Vincent and Nadine are struggling, fighting, probably regretting their choices, probably realizing that what they built on betrayal can't stand. But I'm standing. Scarred but standing, broken but healing, changed but alive. And maybe that's not the ending I wanted, but it's the ending I got. And I'm learning to be okay with that. 2 years after my wedding night, I'm working the evening shift when a man comes in alone. He sits in my section, orders coffee and pie, tips well, comes back the next night, and the night after that. His name is Marcus. He's a teacher at the local high school, quiet, kind, patient in a way Vincent never was. He asks me out after 3 weeks of coming to the restaurant. I say no. He asks again a week later. I say no again. I'm not trying to pressure you, he says gently, but I like you, and I think you might like me too. So whenever you're ready, the offer stands. I want to say no forever, want to keep my walls up high and strong where nobody can hurt me. But something about Marcus makes me want to try, want to believe that maybe not everyone is a liar, maybe not everyone will betray me. So the third time he asks, I say yes. We go to dinner, nothing fancy, Italian place by the river. He doesn't pry into my past, doesn't demand my story, just talks about his students and his family and the book he's reading. Normal things, safe things. You're not going to ask why I moved here? I finally say. Not unless you want to tell me. Don't you want to know? I want to know you as you are now. Who you were before is your business. When you're ready to share it, I'll listen. But I'm not going to force it. That's when I start to cry. Right there in the restaurant. Marcus doesn't panic, doesn't try to fix it, just hands me a napkin and waits. I got married 3 years ago, I finally say. Found my husband with my cousin on our wedding night, filed for annulment, left town, started over here. He's quiet for a moment. That's a lot to carry. I'm not looking for pity. I'm not offering pity. I'm offering respect. Because moving on from something like that takes courage. We date slowly, carefully. Marcus never pushes, never demands more than I can give. He meets me where I am, accepts my walls, waits patiently for me to lower them brick by brick. 6 months in, he says he loves me. I can't say it back yet. Can't quite trust the words. But I'm getting there. 1 year in, I finally tell him the full story. Every detail, the wedding, the reception, the midnight discovery, the betrayal, the aftermath. He listens without interrupting. When I finish, he takes my hand. Thank you for trusting me with that. You're not going to run? Why would I run? Because I'm damaged, broken. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust completely again. You're not broken, you're healing. There's a difference. That night, I realized something. Vincent never made me feel safe, never made me feel chosen. He made me feel like I had to earn his love, had to work for his attention, had to be perfect to deserve him. Marcus makes me feel like I'm enough exactly as I am. That's when I know. This is what real love looks like. Not butterflies and grand gestures, but safety, patience, someone who sees your scars and doesn't flinch. I finally let myself believe that maybe Mama was right. Maybe the right person was out there. And maybe I found him. 5 years after my wedding night, I'm married again. Small ceremony. Just close friends and family. Mama flies in and cries happy tears this time. Clara is my maid of honor. Marcus's family welcomes me like I've always been theirs. This wedding is different. Quiet, intimate, no stress, no anxiety. Just peace. When Marcus says his vows, I believe him. When he kisses me, I feel it all the way through. This is what it's supposed to feel like. This is real. We don't have a honeymoon at a bed and breakfast. We go to the beach for a week, walk barefoot in the sand, watch sunsets, make love without fear or walls, start building something solid and true. I think about Vincent sometimes, wonder how his life turned out. Clara keeps me updated whether I ask or not. He and Nadine have 3 kids now, still struggling financially, still fighting, still unhappy in the life they chose. I don't feel satisfaction anymore, don't feel vindication, just a quiet understanding that karma doesn't always look like punishment. Sometimes it just looks like consequences. They chose betrayal. They got a life built on lies and secrets and guilt, and that's its own kind of prison. Meanwhile, I chose healing, chose growth, chose to let my pain teach me instead of destroy me. And I got this. A real marriage, real love, real peace. Marcus and I build a good life together. We buy a small house, plant a garden, talk about kids someday, create traditions and inside jokes, and a foundation that can't be shaken because it's built on honesty. I'll never forget that wedding night. The sound of those moans, the sight of Vincent with Nadine, the feeling of my world ending. Those memories are scars I'll carry forever. But scars are just proof you survived something that tried to kill you. And I survived. More than survived. I thrived. That midnight when I opened the guest room door, I thought my life was over. Thought the pain would destroy me. Thought I'd never trust or love or believe in forever again. But I was wrong. That night wasn't my ending. It was my beginning. The beginning of learning who I really am. Learning what I deserve. Learning that betrayal doesn't define you unless you let it. Vincent and Nadine thought they won. Thought they got what they wanted. But they traded real for fake. Traded loyal for temporary. Traded my love for each other's lies. And me? I traded pain for wisdom. Betrayal for strength. That naive girl for this woman who knows her worth. So if you're watching this and you've been betrayed, if someone broke your heart and made you question everything, hear me. It gets better. Not right away, not easily. But it does get better. You get to choose. Bitter or better. Destroyed or transformed. Victim or survivor. I chose survivor. I chose to let that wedding night teach me instead of break me. And now I'm here. Happy, whole, free. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I say what doesn't kill you gives you a choice. You can let it make you weaker, or you can let it make you wise. I chose wise. And that made all the difference. If this story moved you, if it taught you something about survival and strength and second chances, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment about your own story. Let's build a community of survivors who chose to thrive instead of just survive. And subscribe. Turn on notifications. Because every week, we're sharing stories that inspire. Stories about people who faced the worst and came out stronger. You never know whose life your comment might change, whose heart your story might heal. Remember, betrayal doesn't break you. How you rise from it defines you. And rising? That's the best revenge of all.